chapter 6, which is about the calculus, which is differentiate. I will start with a question which is look like this one. Derivative rate of change. If you can see this question, try to read it first. The revenue from the sale of X plastic planter boxes is given by Fx is equal to 20x minus 0.02x square, which is the x range is from 0 until 1000. Fx is mean that is the revenue. Meanwhile, for the x is a plastic planter. Question A. What is the change in revenue if the production is changed from 100 to become 400? For B, what is the average change in revenue for the change in production? Please look at here. Please look at here, which means that for A, we want to find what is the change of revenue. If you want to find the change of revenue from one part to the other part, you take the higher one, which is F400 minus F100. Okay? You want to know the value, the revenue, when it changes from 100 to become 400, you take the higher one minus the lower one. Okay? Is F400 is like 20 multiple with 400 minus 0.02400 square. Okay, which means that you will get the value which is you will get the value is 20 multiple with 400 minus 0.02 400 square. Okay, you will get that 4,800. And second is you find that what is for 100, which is 220 multiple with 100 minus 0.02 100 square. And you get that is 1,800. Okay, the changes is F400 minus F100 is equal to 4,800 minus 1,800, which means that you get 3,000. This is what we call the changes. Okay, when the X is changes from 100 to 400, the revenue will be 3,000. Okay, which is Fx is revenue and X is the plastic planter. So the revenue will be 3,000 when from 100x, which is plastic planter, move to the 400, increase 300 more, and it will be the revenue will be 3,000. The value for revenue is 3,000, or you can say that if in Malaysia, we call that RM 3,000. Okay. If they are in Europe, it will be $3,000. Next question, what is the average? The keyword for this one, if he want to find the average change. The average change, if look like this one, what is the average? What is the average when there are changes from 100 to 400? Which is, it means that F100 minus F100, and also X, which is 400 minus 100. Okay? It seems like Y2 minus Y1, X2 minus X1. And you know that it's like F400, it's like X is 400, and F400 is X1, is X2, Y2, and 100, F100 is X1, Y1. For this case, you know that F400 minus F100 is 3000, and 400 minus 100 is 300. So the value will be 10. Okay? Please look on the screen, which is I put that the value for 400 and 100 inside of this question. Okay? This is how you want to solve for number A. And this is how you want to solve for the average. Okay? The average for this one. I put that is the revenue price is RM 3000, means that if they are in ringgit, but if it's on dollar, so you should change into dollar. Okay? For the B, you will get that RM 10 ringgit. What is mean 10 ringgit? The 10 ringgit mean the average change in revenue 10 ringgit per planter for production when it increase from 100 to 400. Means that the average is 10 ringgit that will be increased for 10 ringgit if there are changes from production from 100 to 400. If the value of X is changed from 100 to 400, so the value of revenue, which is increased for 10 ringgit per planter. Okay? So, for the formula, it's look like this one. Okay? Please look on the screen. The average rate of change for gradient of slope of second line, which is for y equal to fx, the average rate of change from x equal to a xa plus h is like y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. Okay? It's like this one. If I sketch a graph which is fx equal to 20x minus 0.02x square, which is x value is from 0 to 1000. Okay, the graph is look like this one. You know that it is x square. It either be a smile one or the set one. Since it is negative, so it is the set one. And the other is, it will be like this one. If you sketch the point, the graph, this is from 0 until 1000. Okay, you need to find what is the peak using the formula for the peak, which is negative b over 2a f negative b over 2a. Okay, to find the peak. Okay, let's say this is 100. Okay, let's say from this graph, this is 100. So this point is 1800. Okay, this is for revenue. This is for value of x. Let's say this is 400. This will be 4800. Okay, from this point to this point, you can sketch a line. Okay, the m for here, the average of changes of this graph from point is 1 to the point is 1 is equal to ringgit. Okay, this is what the 10 ringgit is the slope of gradient, the gradient of the slope, the gradient, which is the slope of line, which is m. The gradient is 10 ringgit from one point to the other point. Okay, that is how you find the average, and you get that 10 ringgit. 10 ringgit is actually the gradient, which is from 100 to 400, which is it come from 1800 to become 4800. They increase 10 ringgit for every planter. Okay, one planter will plus with 10 plus 10 plus 10 until you get 4800 when the planter become 400. However, you can see from this one, for this case, I remove this one first. You can see that the 400, 100 and 400, 100, the point is 400 and F400, and the other is 100 F100, which is x2 y2 x1 y1. Okay, if you can see this one, it's look like, I put it at the front, it's look like F100 plus 300 minus F100, which is 100 plus 300 minus 100. Okay, if you can translate this one, it's like FA plus H is 300 minus FA divided by the A plus H minus A. Okay, A is 100. Let's say this A. This is A plus H. A plus H. This is A. Okay, that is how, if you find on the screen, this is how the formula is mean that when they are increasing the changes from A to A plus H. So if you want to find the average of rate of change, which is the slope, you can find that FA plus H minus FA divided by A plus H minus A. Okay, so you can see that look like this one, and at the end it's become divided by H. You know that 4 minus 100 will become 300. Eliminate this one, it also left only H. Okay, but make sure the H cannot be equal to 0. H cannot be equal to 0. If they are 0, so it will be undefined, which is you become that math error, which is you cannot divide by 0. Let's see for instantaneous rate of change. Instantaneous rate of change also known as a gradient or slope of tangent line. For y equal to fx, the instantaneous rate of change at x equal to a. Okay, let's say for this one you need to remember the instantaneous rate of change at x equal to a, which is limit h approaching 0, which is f a plus h minus f a divided by h. Okay, why we put that the limit h approaching 0? For this case, we doesn't put that limit h approaching 0. The reason is, if you can see the average rate of change, it involve, which is 2 points. The first point is changes from a to a plus h, which means that from point A to point A plus h. On the screen, which is from point A to point A plus h. However, for instantaneous rate of change, it only one point x plus a, doesn't have x plus ah. Okay, that's why the h should not be exist. So we put that the limit h equal to 0. So what is meaning here, instantaneous rate of change only involve at one point, which is x equal to a. That's like you want to find the gradient for one point. At one point, let's say we try to do this one for example 9. You have given a small droplet from a tower. Please read first on the screen. Given a small ball dropped from a tower, it falls at distance fx meter in x second, which is the distance fx in meter, and the x is in the form of time, which is x is second. Suppose that the physical formula is fx equal to x squared plus 2x. Find the instantaneous rate of change at x equal to 3 seconds. Okay, what you want to find here is the changes for instantaneous rate of change at one point, which means that x equal to 3. This question asks you to find the instantaneous, not an average. Okay, if it average, you have to point. If they are average, you have to point. Okay, if they are instantaneous, they are only 1 point. So to find the average, to find the instantaneous rate of change at x equal to 3, so you need to remember the formula, which is limit h approaching 0 for fa plus h minus fa divided by h. Okay. And you know that fx equal to x squared plus 2x and x equal to 3. Let first I do for the case when they are a plus h. Okay. Limit h approaching 0 for a plus h minus fa divided by h. You take this one, if the x value a plus h, so it become a plus h. Okay. For this case, we have that a is actually value of x equal to 3. So it is 3 plus h, and this one is 3. Okay. Which is the limit h approaching 0. 3 plus h, you put that inside this one and this one, which is 3 plus h squared plus 2 3 plus h. Okay. Minus 3 squared plus 2 power of 3 divided by h. Limit h approaching 0. I need to open the bracket, which is 9 plus 6h plus h squared plus 6 plus 2h minus 9 plus 6 divided by h. Okay. From this one, you can see that nine can be eliminated with 9, 6 can eliminate by 6. So what is left? If limit h approaching 0, 6h plus h squared plus 2h divided by h. And of course, you can see that h and h, so it will be, I can change it first. 6h plus 2h become 8h plus h squared divided by h. And then the limit h approaching 0, I factorize this one, h, and we become 8 plus h divided by h. Okay, I can eliminate this one. Okay, the limit 8 plus h approaching 0. Okay, After it become like this one, I move to the become like this one. So limit h approaching 0, 8 plus h. So we know that h becomes 0, so it will be only 8. The instantaneous rate of change is changed to become 8 when x equal to 3. What is mean here? Please look at the screen. It says that x in second. So the distance is fx in meter. Look on the screen, fx is meter, x is second. Time. So the instantaneous change when the x is 3 seconds, the distance will be changes, which means it's like this one. The limit interpret for velocity of the ball at the instant ball falling for exactly 3 seconds. Thus, we get that 8 meter per second is referred to the instantaneous velocity x equal to 3 seconds. Sorry, this should be 3. Okay? So, this is the speed mean that 8 meter per second when there are exactly 3 seconds ball falling. Okay? When the time taken is only 3 seconds, so the speed of the ball is 8 meter per second. This is how you want to find the derivative, the instantaneous of rate of change. It also same if you want to find the derivative, the same formula, which is also known as derivative. The derivative can be interpreted as y equal to fx, which is the derivative f at x denoted by fx, which is f prime x is equal to limit h approaching 0, fx plus h minus fx divided by h, if the limit exists. If f prime exists for each x in the open interval a, b, then f is said to be differentiable over a, b. Okay? There are 4 steps how you want to use this one. Okay? To make sure you do not confuse how to solve this one, the 4th step need to remember is this one. Please look at the screen. First, you need to find the fx. You need to find the fx, this one, the first step. And second, you find that on the screen, second step is fx plus h minus fx. After you find this one for the first one, and then you find all of this one for the second step. Okay? And the third step is you solve overall this one is the third step. Okay, fx plus h minus fx divided by h. And then you will include all of this one for the fourth step. Okay, you start with this first, and then for the second step you try to solve this one, and then the third step you try to divide by h, and the fourth step you find the limit when h approaching 0. Okay, for example, if you have fx on the screen, 2x squared plus 2x plus 3, which is f prime, and equation for tangent line to the graph fx equal to 3. Okay, you have fx equal to 2x squared plus 2x plus 3. Okay, which is x equal to 3. First you find that fx plus h. X plus h equal to 2x plus h squared plus 2x plus h plus 3. Okay, which means that 2x squared plus 2xh plus h squared plus 2x plus 2h plus 3. Okay, this is what I do, 2x plus 2h. And again, I multiply inside, it becomes 2x squared plus 2xh plus h, sorry, it becomes 4xh plus 2h squared plus 2x plus 2h plus 3. Okay, now fx plus h minus fx. This is one, this is second step. 2x squared minus 4xh plus 2h squared plus 2x plus 2h plus 3 minus, okay, minus, let's see this one, minus 2x squared. I put first like this one, minus 2x squared 2x plus 3, and write again 2x squared minus 4xh plus 2h squared plus 2x plus 2h plus 3 minus 2x, minus positive, minus, again minus 2x minus 3. Which is, for this one you can see that 2x and 2x, sorry, 2x squared, 2x squared and 2x squared, 2x which 2x, okay, 3 which 3. So it will be negative 4xh plus 2h squared plus 2h. Okay. The third step, negative 4xh plus 2h squared plus 2h divided by h. Okay, the third step is like this one. So you factorize h negative 4x plus 2h plus 2 divided by h. And you can eliminate this one with this one. And at the end you get that only this one, which is the fourth part is limit h approaching 0, negative 4x plus 2h plus 2. When you substitute h approaching 0, 4x plus 2h plus 2, you put that 0 into this one, it becomes 0, so at the end it becomes negative 4x plus 2. Okay? At the end it becomes negative 4x plus 2. Sorry, cannot see that one. 4x plus 2 at the end. So you know that x equal to 3. So 3 plus 2 equal to 14. Okay? Its value will become 14. So the tangent point you want to find the equation of tangent line, so the point you get is 14. Okay, it is 14. So this is how you find that one. Okay, first step, you just substitute. Okay, this one is substitute overall, and then you get that 4x plus 2, and then I put that x equal to 3, you get that it is 14. You know that the point which is 3, x is 3, we doesn't know the y, but we know that the gradient or the slope for the tangent is 14. 14 is the tangent, which is the gradient of the tangent. The gradient of the tangent. So if you want to find y, you just substitute 3 into this one. On the screen, you substitute 3 into this one, which is 2x squared plus 2x plus 3. For x equal to 3, you will get that the value is 27. 27. When you substitute 3 into fx, you will get that it is 27. And then you know that you get the point which is 3, 27, which is you have also have the gradient is 14. So 14 equal to y minus 27 divided by x minus 3. It is look like this one, which is m equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. M is the gradient, which is 14. And y, x, we know that is 27 for y, x is 3. You move this one, okay, you move this one to the left side, and you will get like this one, and there y minus 27, and then you move this one to the left side, it become positive after I multiple which inside of that one, which is 14x, and 14 minus 14 multiple which negative 3 become 42 plus 27 equal to y, and you get that y equal to fx plus fx 14x minus 15. This is the answer. How you want to find the tangent equation of tangent line. Okay. This is the equation for the tangent line. Okay, what is mean the tangent line? Wait. Okay. What is meaning here? Okay, for this case, if you want to sketch the line, okay, you want to sketch, okay, if you want to find what is the tangent line is, you need to sketch this one. You need to sketch this one. For this graph, you know that is 3, which is the peak. You start from negative b over 2a for the peak. Okay, okay, and what I get is negative 0.5 and 2.5. So this is the peak. So the graph is look like this 1. Okay, and if you find that b squared minus 4ac, you will get is negative 20. So it's less than 0. So it will not touch the x line, x axis. Okay, since b squared minus 4ac is less than 0, so it will not touch the x axis. So the graph is look like this one. Okay, when x equal to 3, so I move again. Okay, let's say this is 3. You get at the point, this point, and the line touch this point. Is called that this point is the tangent line, which is the tangent line for this one is y equal to 14x minus 15. Okay, this is what you find, the tangent line. Okay, let's look for the next one. If you want to find, for this case, the same question, but you want to find what is the tangent line is horizontal, to find the point when the tangent line is horizontal. So you can see that on the screen, if the graph linear is look like this one, okay, sorry, if the graph linear, okay, if the graph linear, if the graph linear is not look like this one, it means that the gradient for this one is positive. Okay, which means that greater than 0, such as 1, 2, 3. If look like this one, it is the gradient for linear is negative, which is m less than 0 for negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. So if they are horizontal, it look like this one. So the gradient is equal to 0. So for this case, when the tangent line is horizontal, so the gradient is equal to 0. Okay, I use the same one. Okay, if you see, you get that 4x plus 2, and then you put that the gradient slope is 0, and you put that you know that fx equal to 0. So you substitute. For the question is like fx equal to 4x plus 2. So you put that it becomes 0. It look like this one, which is 4x plus 2 equal to 0. And then you move 2 into the right side, it's become 4x equal to negative 2. And again, you move 4 to the right side, it's become negative 2 divided by 4. And it's become negative 1 over 2. And then you substitute x equal to negative half into fx. And you get this one and this one. And at the end, you get that 5 over 2 or 2.5. Which is, this is the x. And this is for the y. If you sketch a graph, this is 3, this is 0.5 negative, this is 2.5. Okay. When the horizontal, the gradient is horizontal, gradient is 0. So this is the point when their gradient is 0, which is the mean that the tangent line is horizontal. This is tangent line is positive, tangent line negative. This is tangent line horizontal, the gradient is 0. If tangent line positive, the gradient is greater than 0. If tangent line negative, the gradient is less than 0.